I want to put Anthem to bed. I have been playing it. The credits rolled today. I got past the campaign, got into the end game, and I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on this game that I've been playing now for quite a while. I don't know the hour count. I just know that I feel like I've been in Groundhog Day playing this game. It is a lot of the same thing. The curse of Anthem is the repetition of it. It is a game that has an incredible first impression. It's a game where you load it up and you fly into the world of Bastion, and you cannot believe the beauty of this environment that BioWare built for us. It's gorgeous. You'll see birds flocking together and flying across the screen, and a rainbow and sun flares, and you'll fly through a waterfall. You'll hear your engines roar, and it's just stunning when you first jump into it. And the combat feels pretty damn solid. And it remains solid all the way through. It is fun as you play all the way through the campaign, but you do so much of the same type of scenario. And I think one of the issues with Anthem is that you fly over big chunks of the environment as opposed to really explore it. You fly through the caverns and you fly over a lot of landmass, and you can fly into the water, which is absolutely a stunning effect. But you scale through this world so quickly that you don't really have a lot of time to sit down and appreciate it and enjoy its intricacies. You see it from a bird's eye, for the most part, until your engine overheats and then you land, and then you're like, why can't I keep flying? And then you get it cools down, you jump back up into the air again. And I think because you're basically swallowing big chunks of the world so quickly, and you're encountering the enemy types over and over again. You've got these outlaws, you've got these bug-like creatures, you've got these giant spiders, and then you've got sort of mutated, twisted versions of these kinds of characters. But you don't really see tons and tons of types. You see the same kinds of bad guys over and over again, and every once in a while you'll fight a giant bad guy and you'll beat that, and then you'll take a stronghold, and then you could do that same stronghold over and over again, and when you get into endgame you can get a couple more strongholds. But it's really about serving up that same core experience over and over again. And then you go back to Fort Tarsis, which is really elegantly modeled and rendered, and there's some great discussion that you have with the characters that you meet in there, but you're kind of all alone in this world. And every time that you walk into the world, everybody's just standing around waiting for you to walk up to them and look them directly in the eye and chat with them, and then they say things that go in one ear out the other, and it's just not pulling you in like a lot of the lore that we expect from BioWare. I think it's in there. I think it's buried in the nooks and crannies and in some of the codex stuff that you find, but it doesn't deliver that same, take you and transport you away kind of vibe that you get out of Dragon Age or the best of Mass Effect. And it's so heartbreaking that it doesn't, because I feel like the effort was made to try to build to that, but it doesn't really get to that. And so you spend your time in Fort Tarsis basically pressing the button to get through these conversations as quickly as you possibly can. You're going back and forth. I got stuck on a mission sort of midpoint, halfway through the game, where I had to repair 3 javelins in order to open this door so that I could get to this tomb and then keep going into the game. And so I would fly with other people, and I did a lot of random multiplayer co-op matches. You could only play 4 people at a time. And everybody that I was fighting with and flying with was so good at the game, nobody ever died. And I was like begging them over the voice, would somebody let me heal them? Would you die, please? I just want to heal you. I want to get past this stupid mission. But there was nothing else I could do except do this thing. It was in free play, and I had to find 2 other characters to heal before I could progress anywhere. There was no other opportunity for me to kind of advance in the story until I did this. And it took a long time. It took seriously like 3 or 4 hours for me to get to the point where I could pass that, and then I could continue on with the story. And then it became a question of just hunting on the cursors and finding the right people to talk to keep going forward. And I was just kind of blasting through it. And to be honest, there was so much loading time in the game and so many boring conversations that I was checking out. It was just not pulling me in. And then I'd get into the combat and I just felt numb. It felt like, oh my God, I've fought this thing 55,000 times already. And it's also missing that cooperative kind of engagement that Destiny provides. When I play in Destiny 1 or 2, even though I'm not hardcore and I don't play the end game and I'm not a 1,000-hour guy, when I jump in, I still engage with the other people that are playing, and we have a conversation, and we kind of enjoy the fight together. Anthem has not provided that at all. If anything, nobody says a damn thing. I had my voice chat on for a while, and I had a YouTube video rolling as I was playing the game, and the only chat that I heard from the people I was playing with was like, hey, yo, dude, could you turn your voice chat off? That video is annoying. And so I had to turn the voice chat off, and I fought kind of silently alongside strangers all the way through the game. And so I beat the campaign, and after you get back to Fort Tarsis for the millionth time, and everybody's in the same place, maybe the sun's in a different place and the lighting's a little bit different. It's so weird that there's no cooperative, multiplayer hangout in Anthem either, because that's the one cool thing about the areas that you go back to in Destiny is that there's a lot of people there and they're all milling about and you can kind of dance with them and share some experience. You don't really do that when you're in Fort Tarsis. You're alone with a bunch of NPCs and everybody's just doing the same routines back and forth. But then all kinds of new stuff unlocks that is supposed to engage you for the end game. And I'll tell you what, I am not interested in this end game. I am not interested in playing a second more of Anthem. And it pains me to say that because I was excited about this game. I love BioWare. I don't think this is the worst experience. Yeah, it's their worst game. Yeah. Now, I was thinking that Mass Effect Andromeda was maybe more disappointing, but no, I think this is more disappointing. Mostly because they had the benefit of learning from Mass Effect Andromeda to turn this around. And I think the right move would have been to delay this game. Even though it's been in development forever, the right move would have been, okay, we got it working. This, the engines are operational, everything is happening. Let's just tune it, Let's spend some Nintendo time now and just make it freaking awesome. That's what they should have done. They didn't. They released it. It's been buggy. It's been crashing systems. The load times have been brutal. It's not pulling you back in to play more. I've been reading a lot of these reviews and review scores and seeing a lot of fellow critics and journalists out there that have just been heartbroken to say that this game is a 6 out of 10, but you know what? It's a 6 out of 10.